There's fire Nagy chants happening.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
There's a lot of let's go Brandon's happening around.
Right. Sure.
You know, there's a lot of chants. Now in Chicago, fire Nagy is being chanted not just at Bulls games because they get so boring. And remember, this is not new, okay? If fans get bored at games or games are going bad, there's always in Pittsburgh. Okay, you go to a Penguins game, it's bad. You go to a Pirates game, it's bad. You even go to a Steelers game, it's bad. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go. That starts echoing through, like, if you're at a Penguins game and Here We Go Steelers starts, it's just like a wave starting basically in a crowd. We are bored. This is not what we like to do. Anytime the wave comes,
Not good.
not good.
Not good.
There was a wave in Barclays Center, a few of them, 8 of them. They took 8 laps.
During the Nets game?
No, on Sunday at Survivor Series. I was sitting there next to Sam Roberts, actually, in between matches. I wasn't calling. And all of a sudden, we see like a little excitement come from one area, and then in the next one, then in the next one. And Sam and I actually saw the wave get birthed on Sunday. And me and Sam were like, oh, no.
That's not good.
I was like, Sam, if they're starting to get some momentum, they just want 6 sections there. If this thing, and then all of a sudden, lo and behold, that thing started taking it. And it took the tractor another round. Another round. Another round. Another round. Another round. And then a couple minutes later, somebody started it, and then they booed him, and then another chant happening. But the fire Nagy chants aren't just happening at Bulls games. They're happening at Nagy's kids' high school football.
No, not his son.
Can't do that.
Chicago's disgusting.
That's-
They're terrible people.
Hey, Nagy with the catch or whatever position he plays in, and they're like, oh, yeah, that's right, he is here. Fire Nagy! I mean, that is unbelievable. That is what life is like as a head coach, and that's not just going to slow down. They got a game on Thanksgiving. If the Bears lose on Thanksgiving against a terrible football team.
It's a win-win for us.
They
though.
are playing a terrible football team. It is going to get very loud for Nagy, and he's not the only one. There will be other coaches that will join those seats soon, and that's the NFL season. That's the business, and I guess we'll just see how it all plays out.
The Bears are legit, right? Like they have no issues. They're good.
No.
Oh, come on.
It's
dude.
the opposite.
No, the Bears stink.
Yeah.
I saw a video with Zito singing, and I didn't.
Whoa,
know
that
the
wasn't
singer
me,
sing-
dude.
Okay, so it did sound like Zito to me too.
did.
I was
That
not
was
told who
weird.
made it. I was not told who made it. Yeah, so you
nice.
can everybody sing it but Zito? Can we get one more run back here? See, this is what they wanted to do to old buddy's voice in Atlanta.
There you go, yeah.
That's right.
They wanted to distort the voice, which is exactly what Zito just did because
Who?
You know who.
You know who, dude.
Come on.
FBI.
In Atlanta. What do you mean?
Yeah.
You know who, dude.
Richard Jewell?
Yeah, they tried to distort his voice.
How would anyone know?
When there was a
That's
bomb
where
in
we're going.
Centennial
What are you
Park.
talking
Hey,
Bro,
about?
that was
listen,
a big
just
story.
because I think at such a high level, you know, and I'm 7. Listen, you can keep up with the conversation, AJ. All right.
I mean, the fact that I heard Atlanta and I realized Richard Jewell because you saw one like mini series.
There's a bomb in Centennial Park. That was the words.
So the only thing they had was an audio piece of evidence, right, that linked everything, and they tried to get Richard Jewell, this incredibly diligent, hardworking security guard.
Blue collar.
They tried to get him pinned to be the guy because he was telling people they weren't doing their jobs right, so he was not liked by the people that were potentially doing the investigation. They thought, oh, this guy's power hungry. The only thing they had was a piece of audio evidence, was call a threat, basically. And they wanted him to record it into something. Then they were going to distort his voice, match it, boom. This idiot buffoon.
got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead, Richard Jewell said, I'm not doing that.
No way.
No way. I'm not. And then he ran a sprint around a park, and boom, it all got figured out. Anyways, that is what we could have potentially had for Zito singing that song, because I thought it sounded like Zito a lot, but I was told,
No.
I was actually sent, hey, we don't know who made this. And then it was sent in. I was like, that sure sounds like Zito's voice. And Zito texted it to the group.
What?
Zito was like, no, not me, though. It was my friend.
Leave the jury.
But yeah, it's hot in the kitchen for Chicago.
Yeah, if we're this late in the season and you're an owner of a team and you know you're going to fire your head coach when the season is over, which I guess there's probably some owners in that spot right now, right, where they are pretty much like 100%, yeah, we're probably going to move on, then wouldn't it make sense, I guess, to let him go now and get a jump start on trying to find your new guy?
Go ahead, Ton.
I was just looking at their coaching staff. The rumor is potentially that if Nagy gets fired, then Mike Pops Adams will become the interim head coach.
Hey, Pops is up there. I would love to send him a text and be like, how's it going?
Yeah.
First year coaching?
Jeez.
in the NFL. He was a player, obviously, for a long time, but he was a coach as a player. I wonder what it's like as a coach. Now that all this shit's happened, I guess Nagy is talking to the media right now.
They asked him.
What'd he say?
I have a clip if you want it.
Oh, they're chanting it at my kid's high school football game.
I don't love it.
Can they maybe?
That would suck, man. That'd be bad.
That's life of a head coach in the NFL.
Sucks for the kids. The dad, it would suck as the dad being like, oh, man, my kid has to deal with this because of what I do.
Yeah, here's a 16-second clip that Zito chose to run.
Report today that you had been informed that this would be your last game as Bears head coach. Is that accurate?
That is not accurate. I have not. I have great communication with ownership, with George and Ted and Ryan, but I have not had any discussions.
Okay, so that's like such a good journalistic way to ask a question. We heard who?
Yeah.
You know who? We heard that you might be fired on Friday, basically, but we can put this and soup this up in a broadcast manner that you have to give us an actual answer and you can't give us a no comment. We have to figure out how to do that about the fucking toe with Aaron about an hour. So let's brainstorm. Let's brainstorm ideas.
I mean, we need to because I don't know. I don't see us gain any ground on that.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's you. You probably asked him if we're going to gain any ground. He said no. That's why we have to do shit like this.
No, I don't. He doesn't want to know any. Like I've never said anything like, "I'll ask you this." He absolutely does not ever want to be like tipped to what we may ask.
By the way, I like that. I appreciate that. I always hated when people would be like, "I'll send you the questions I'm going to ask you." I'm like, "Don't."
I hate that too.
Why? What do we even?
I don't like to see him. Like if I'm going, like I did Ariel's show today. Ariel's great. But he didn't send me a list of questions. Hey, this is the topics we're going to get to. Like I don't like to have to think about it beforehand.
Yeah, me neither. But you know what Ariel's asking you. He's asking you every question the internet wants to ask you. Yep. I mean, but he has the actual. He does. I mean, he is.
He's good.
Ariel is. He is like an actual. See, there it is. Ariel's like a journalist. Like I feel like when he does his interview, it's like a journalist type thing or whatever. And I enjoy the hell out of him. I got to do his show. I wonder if he'll just paint you a color whenever he puts it up on YouTube.
We talked about it.
Maybe.
We talked about it.
I bet you did.
He may have blamed your side.
Well, that's bullshit.
That's what Ariel does. That's what journalism has become. So it's a shame that that is what he is.
I said this is great. It's like we have two sides, and each side has a completely different story about how this happened.
There is only one story. There is no two sides of this thing.
We have the video.
I think he may
on
say
this
the same
side.
thing. So this is great.
Yeah, we actually have it recorded as well. We weren't even asked for our video.
We could have sent some music.
That is professionally made. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just glad I'm not in the middle
As
of it.
opposed to
I
that
was
throw
asking
together
questions.
situation.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm going to make you 50 to 60 shades darker red.
Yeah, not that you're not already red enough and not already, alarmingly colored in the face. Let's go ahead and add a full-blown Crayola crayon onto you. But